Tonight, we journey to the shining peaks of Mount Olympus, where the stars themselves bow to the wisdom of the gods. From the mind of Zeus, in a burst of light and thunder, was born a goddess unlike any other, Athena, the guardian of wisdom, of strategy, and of peace through strength. As you drift into dreams, let her story guide you, reminding us that the sharpest sword is not made of steel, but of thought. Athena is one of the most fascinating, complex, and powerful deities in the entire pantheon. She's the kind of goddess who could outsmart anyone in debate and still lead an army to victory. So let's break down her origins, her myths, and why she remains such an iconic figure even today. Birth of Athena. Athena's origin story is one of the wildest in Greek mythology. It all started with Zeus, who feared that his children might overthrow him, just as he had overthrown his own father, Cronus. When Zeus swallowed his first wife, Metis, thinking it would prevent that prophecy, something unexpected happened. Later, Zeus developed a splitting headache so painful that he begged Hephaestus, the god of blacksmiths, to strike his head with an axe. And boom! Out sprang Athena, fully grown, wearing shining armor and holding a spear. Talk about making an entrance. Unlike other gods, Athena had no mother, only Zeus. This gave her a special status as Zeus's favorite child. Athena the warrior. Now, here's where Athena stands apart from the other Olympians. She was a goddess of war, but not in the same way as Ares, the god of bloodlust and chaos. Ares represented the raw violence of battle. Athena, on the other hand, represented the strategy, discipline, and intelligence behind warfare. When soldiers prayed to Athena, they weren't asking for brute strength. They wanted guidance, tactics, and victory through clever thinking. That's why many Greek heroes like Odysseus and Perseus looked to her for help. She wasn't just a warrior. She was a mentor. Athena and her symbols. Athena is often shown wearing a helmet and carrying a shield called the Aegis, decorated with the head of Medusa. The owl is her sacred animal, symbolizing wisdom and watchfulness. Olive trees were also sacred to her, and in fact, the city of Athens got its name from her. Here's that story. Poseidon and Athena competed to become the patron of a city in Greece. Poseidon struck the ground with his trident and created a saltwater spring. Impressive, but not very useful. Athena instead gave the people the olive tree, a gift of food, oil, and wood. The people chose her gift, and the city was named Athens in her honor. Pretty smart move, right? Myths of Athena. Athena pops up in countless myths. One famous one is the story of Medusa. In some versions, Medusa was once a priestess in Athena's temple, but after she was violated by Poseidon, Athena punished her by turning her into a monster with snakes for hair. It's a harsh tale, but it reflects how fiercely Athena protected her sacred spaces. Another famous myth is the Odyssey. Odysseus survives 10 years of struggle not just because of his wit, but because Athena guided him every step of the way. She disguised him, gave him advice, and even stood by him during battles. Without Athena, the clever hero might not have made it home at all. And then there's the story of Arachne, a mortal woman who claimed her weaving skills were greater than Athena's. The goddess challenged her to a contest. Arachne actually wove flawlessly, but because of her arrogance, Athena transformed her into a spider, cursed to weave forever. That's where the word arachnid comes from. Athena's legacy. What makes Athena so fascinating is that she embodies a balance of opposites. War and wisdom, strength and intelligence, justice and strict punishment. She wasn't reckless like Ares or emotional like Hera. She represented clear thinking, clever solutions, and disciplined action. In ancient Greece, Athena was deeply respected. Her temple, the Parthenon, still stands on the Acropolis of Athens today, a symbol of her lasting influence. Even in modern times, she's seen as a symbol of intelligence, reason, and the power of knowledge. So that's Athena. Born from Zeus's head, the goddess of wisdom, strategy, and war, and one of the most celebrated deities of the ancient world. Her myths remind us that battles aren't won by strength alone, but by intelligence, foresight, and the courage to think differently. What do you think about Athena? Was she the perfect balance of wisdom and power, or was she too strict in her judgments? Let me know in the comments. And if you love this deep dive into mythology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more epic stories every week. Until next time, stay wise, stay strong, and remember, sometimes the sharpest weapon is not the sword, but the mind that wields it.